As we know, the big finale for the Jews in Egypt is coming. The plague of the firstborn. That Moses is told what's going to be happening. Then Moses goes to the Jews and he has them do something unique. And this is the first time that the Jews actually have to do something. Up until now, they've been bystanders while God is making all the moves. Now God wants the Jews to do something. They have to take lambs, uh, kill them, eat them, have a nice party, and put the blood of the lambs on their doorpost. And why are the Jews told this? So that the angel of death will know who's a Jew. So the question comes up, an obvious question here. The angel of death, God doesn't know who's Jewish and who's not Jewish, who's Jewish, who's Egyptian. I mean, it seems like an absurd idea. And the answer is something much deeper. Like I said, this is the first time the Jews now have to do something to identify themselves as Jews. Um, Remember, they're slaves. They were slaves. They have the slave mentality. What we're going to be seeing throughout the rest of the Torah, some would say getting the Jews out of Egypt was the easy part. Getting Egypt out of the Jews was the hard part. They were going to now, and according to the Midrash, the lamb was a god in Egypt. So this Egyptian former master looks at his former slave, says, I see you have a sheep here. You have one of my gods here. Jew says, yeah, it's tied up in front of your house. Says, yeah. What are you going to do with it? Well, I'm going to take your god. I'm going to slaughter your god. And then I'm going to eat your god. And I'm going to put the blood of that god on my doorpost to show you what I've done. Now, you can imagine for these former slaves, this was a major thing. They were going to their former masters and saying, you don't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. Your whatever you believe doesn't matter. What matters is what I'm told by God to do. So, it's a very major thing that the Jews are being asked. But they succeed, they do it, and and then the plague of the firstborn comes. So this is something for us to think about, that when we're being identified as Jews, we stand up and say, yes, that's who we are. Don't be shy about it. Something to think about. Do we still have a minion? Yeah.